Southampton Solent University, 2016, BA Honours Photography. I guess this is their degree show brochure. Maybe it is their promotional brochure as well. It is 7.5 by 9.5. It's got a good size, good book size. It's got this matte black finish to it. Let's have a look at it. Summer exhibition in the Sir John Everett Milias or Malays building. Yeah, Malays building. Okay, cool. Interlude is called. Mandy Lee Jandrail, course leader. Any associate lectures? John Spinks, Dr. Justin Coombs. Okay. Visiting lecturers, Nancy Honey, George Newman. Okay. So let's have a look at it. The list of the teaching staff, the associate lecturers, technical instructors, and visiting lecturers, external examiners. Professor John Kippen, my old lecturer. Excellent. So what's this? Alexander Nenad. I'm going to pronounce them the best I can. The Anatomy of a Brain, The Anatomy of a Heart. Please excuse any misquoted names. Chris Payne. So there's an arrow, a sort of arrow thingy pointing to each one, so I guess, okay. Again, I'm starting off with one of these things. It's nicely designed, but again, I'm starting off with a university brochure which hasn't got much information in. Why do they do this? What's the harm in a little bit of insight? Why does it is it a bit pretentious not to do this? I don't know. Because one, let me just go to the back here. There's nothing about students. There's nothing about the work. It's like they're orphaned in this book. I see a lot of this. I don't get it. Or maybe I'm missing the point. So, yeah, you have to go to the show, but what happens after the show? Like 2 or 3 years later, like now, when you've got a copy of it, now I have to go and maybe research this photography. I want to look further into that or whatever. I don't know anything about that. Why not add some text to this? And why not add some introduction to this? I'd rather see the picture a little smaller and have an insight, because they're very different shots with Lizzie Bush. We all get pictures too, the talking, but I think let's have some information here, especially for its longevity and for somebody like me who loves looking at photography. I must be somebody else like me out there who thinks, I'd like to know a bit more about this. I'm sure I'm not alone. And it's just sort of like expecting us to understand it based on a title, Confined Space. Anyway, Jessica Ferguson, Joe Tudor. That's interesting. Female genital mutilation. Okay, there's some sort of metaphor, whatever it is, for no voice and having her lips stitched up. I'm sure I've seen this before. But again, 3 years worth of study and it's just plopped on a page. Let the Valley live is the slogan of a local demonstration against a new highway that destroys a lot of people's homes. And this sort of picture here, I would much rather have my home than money. Than the money. Home than the money. Okay, then the money. Carolina Burven. That is much more of a little bit of an insight into this work. Thank you. But the rest, it's gorgeous pictures, but I have no idea what on earth they're about. George Amadot. Amy Wainwright, 80s Riots 1, 80s Riots 2. You know, I guess the information's all in the exhibitions and the show, but I'm sorry, this needs more information. It's very ambiguous. I like these. I like them. I see the connection between them. It's really interesting. Helena Nyhog, Adore is that one. Allure is that one. Okay. Looks like she's in water. Nicely done. Hard technically to do. But I'm a bit lost in terms of why. And no disrespect to her, it's just, I don't know. Philip Lely, Ford Poem 1, Ford Poem 2. Is this the derelict destruction of a factory and its interaction with and its placement within the environment? Thanks for telling me. Not. Amy Chinnock, Untitled 1, Untitled 2, even more ambiguous. Interesting. No way am I going to take it away from the photographers, but the presentation on this is not good. I'm sorry. James Moriarty Simmons, Pre-Preg Room, okay, nicely shot. Storeroom, ambiguous. James Moriarty Simmons. Buildering Britain, M16 Overham, Guildhall, Danielle Murray Pugh. Okay, interestingly shot. Mia Caroline, and the pronunciation of her second name, Tassasen. Linda 22, Tassasen Mai 24. Two types of shots. Close up, and I have no idea what it's about. Molly Beecher, beautifully shot, love it, but I have no idea. Dorsage 1, 2, 3. Lucy Scott, Galston on Sea. Jasmine Hunt, excellent. God Chickens. Monica Almada Gouvieri, I think, Forgotten Village. Tegan Upton, Untitled Femme Fatale. Felicity Fox. Is it really sort of, is it really not expected to have some information? Is it after 3 years worth of work you're putting your work in a brochure, and you're expecting people to interpret some meaning behind ambiguous wording and ambiguous pictures? And is that the end of 3 years in a little book like this, and coinciding with this show? There's no longevity in this, as far as I'm concerned. I want to know about what's going on with these pictures, and that's why we have words. And sometimes students choose to be very ambiguous with their visuals, and you know, this is three-dimensional. That's why it's a little. You're not looking. It looks three-dimensional. That's why you're seeing it all blurred in different colour. The red, green, and blue, I think, on it. I think it's 3D. I might be wrong. It doesn't say here it's 3D. Gabrielle Swales. There's no links to anything about them. Is this just a format we're used to? It's wrong. Emily Wakefield, New Forest Childhood Playground, when I was younger. Okay. Felicity Rolls, Thomas de Walk. Right, so this is what I'm getting at. This is pretty ambiguous, okay? They're just two shots of that and that, okay? Why isn't there something to describe what's going on? Why? You come from 3 years of being an academic, visually and academically. There you present a brochure without any of it. You're presenting a brochure with somewhat ambiguous pictures, which is fine, which I love, but you're not offering anything extra to decipher what the pictures are about. Richard Gilbert, Streets of London. Molly May McCambridge, Emily Thompson, Sophie Pickersgill, Family Portrait Untitled, Monica Isabel Bird, A Woman in the Man's World, Suited, Sally Johnson, Conflicts and Identities, Normandy Veteran, Ron Tamplin, and Cat Music Series on that one. Verity Grace Mealy, Favourite Place. Two types of lighting, I guess. Is that morning and evening? I'm not really sure. Again, no introduction to what it is. Shane McGowan, Anthropical Landscapes. Sophie Winnicles, Absence. So we have no question of that, of where that is. It looks like something from the Second World War. Look, some nice pictures, some really great people associated with this, some well-established people associated with this. Maybe there's more information online. Maybe there's a lot more information at the exhibition. I'm sure it was a success. It was a nice insight to some great young photographers, but generally a lot left out as far as I'm concerned. And nicely printed, nice design. I want more. I want to see a bit more justification in what's going on in the shots. Anyway, thank you very much. Southampton Solent University 2016 BA Honours Photography Degree Show Brochure. Thank you.